layer. Happy sad, so we didn't create the movement. So we get rid of the ears for now. Let's just delete the layers, and I will delete the bones as well. And we're gonna do a really simple human ear type of thing for this character. Let's go down here. Cut. Let's go behind the face. And I'm sure you guys know this already. I'm gonna create a vector. Should be behind the head, and let's call this ear left. And I will draw a really simple type of ear. Sorry, that's the circle, and I want the stroke to be there as well. Let's choose the color of the skin. The stroke is fine as well. And I'm just going to draw a really simple type of ear. And I'm going to place it right behind here. There. Let's duplicate this layer, call this ear right. And I will flip this horizontally and just grab and place it on the other side. Right? So we already know about this. There's nothing special about it. And for this to actually work a little bit better, I'm gonna hide these two sections, or just the bottom section. We know how we can do that by simply going here, choose the hide edge tool, and just delete that bottom section. Obviously, I can make this one look a little bit better by, by adjusting the width of the strokes, just to make it a little bit more characterized. And I'm gonna draw this back and move it back into the position, like so. Let's do the exact same thing for the other ear. So let's hide this one and adjust the width. Now, generally, as you know, when we want to rotate the head, we move the pieces of the head one by one. I'm going to go really fast over this, because I suppose all of you already know that. So we have to be on our bone group there, and make sure there's no bone selected. You can hold down Alt and click anywhere on your screen. That will make sure no bone is selected, because we don't want the bones to be basically a child to another bone. We want it to be together. So I'm going to click and drag, holding down Shift just to make it straight, and then bring down the strength of the bone to 0. Always make sure you do that. And while the bone is selected, I'm going to go to Bone, and I'm going to make Smart Bone Dial. Let's click on that. And then you can obviously name this. Let's say head, left, and right. And we want this to be from -90 to 90. Duration, let's just make this 48. There's no need for that. And we want separate actions for positive and negative values. We did OK. So by default, it creates the bone, it adjusts the setting, and it opens the action up. So I can go to Window and simply turn on my actions. For some reason, oh yes, that was it. Okay, so let's have our actions there. And as you can see, we have the layer selected. We are on head left and right. If I move onto frame 48, you can see it already created the keyframe for the rotation of the bone. And all we have to do is make every other change that is needed here. So let's start by simply at frame 48. I'm going to go on and start to bring everything to the other side. So Alt right click, you can select the layers. That will make your life much more easier. So I'm going to drag the eye, or you know what, let's make it even easier. I'm going to select this, hold down control. I'm going to select the eyes, and let's say face as well, not face, but maybe the mouth there. The nose. Well, I have to do it one by one, of course. Okay. So I'm going to bring it all the way to the half of the face. So that's that for the mouth. Let's move this one. Don't worry about how it looks, we're going to fix it later on. And let's go with the eyes. Or let's start with the iris first. And as you can see, this one obviously goes away. What I'm doing right now, I'm just pushing everything to the side. And just bear with me, it's going to look fine with it. Okay, and the iris is there. So right now, I have everything out here. One thing I want to do is basically go to the nose layer. An easy way to select all the points on a certain line, well obviously when you're dealing with only one layer here, it's really easy, just press Ctrl A, it will select all the points for you. But sometimes you have multiple shapes on a single layer, right? You can easily choose, I'm going to show you that actually. Let's just add a layer. Oops. No, we were in our actions. Let's not add a layer. Leave this one out. I'll show it to you later on what I mean by that. And let's go to our actions. Frame 48. Okay. And I will change the shape of the face as well, just a little bit, because we have a chin thing showing up down there. So let's grab this, and I'm going to move it to this side. I'm going to move this side. Okay. Now obviously the ears are not going to be looking like that. We need to adjust the ears as well. The left ear, as you might guess, it's going to go, make sure you have all the points selected. It's going to go behind the face, and the right ear is going to come to the front. But as you can see, there's an issue. Because right now, what's happening is that I cannot see the ear moving, and I need to adjust which layer is on top of which layer. In order to do that, you have to do something quite simply. Just go to the test, double click on the test to bring up the menu for the settings of the layer, and then under depth sort, you can click on enable animated layer order. So as soon as I click on this, I hit apply, okay, what's going to happen, it kind of creates this sign over here, which looks like layers, right? It adds that. Now what this basically means is you can reorder the shape or the order of the layers in your animation. So I'm at level 48. Let's say from here, the ear needs to actually pop to the front. All I have to do is go down here to the ear right, And at frame 6, I'm gonna drag this one and drop it on top. So now, when I view my animation, oops, I have to make a keyframe at frame 0. Sorry, my bad. Let's take it down there. So over here, I will make a keyframe on there, and then moving one frame, or let's say move to frame 6, I'm gonna grab right here and bring it on top. And for some reason, it's not actually on top. So instead of the whole layer thing, let's just bring this down. I'm gonna go double click on this, and then it's not showing up. So let's double click on the head as well. Go to depth sort, enable this one as well by OK. Let's see if now we have the same issue. So I will make a keyframe on the ear and then move to frame 6. Let's drag this on top. Yes. That's a bit too fast. So we want the ear to kind of be moving a little bit slower than the eyes. It jumps way too fast forward. So now what I can do is maybe move to this layer over here on our layer settings, and maybe I can now grab this one and let's cancel this to frame 18 until it jumps forward. The reason it's acting this way is that half of the ear is already behind the head. So maybe instead of that, we can actually hide that layer. So I'm going to jump back to my main line. Let's just hide this section as well. Let's see if that fixes the problem. Yes. So we start with the ear being in the back, and then the layer is animated and brings the ear forward. Alright? But again, things are not looking quite alright with this. So let's just jump to the main line. The nose has some issues, and the issue is that it doesn't have any feel to it. So let's go fix that quite fast. So I'm going on nose layer, I'm going to click on this, and let's see what we can actually do. So over here, I have the full shape. I'm going to select this, and let's just change the fill to the color of the face. Okay. So now, when I do the action again, the nose should pop up from that section of the face. Okay? And let's grab onto these, and maybe they can be a little bit less outside. So let's select those. And I'm going to move it a little bit further back. Something like that. Okay. So now when I actually animate this, let's see. The nose is going to look fine for that shape. Now obviously we have some other problems. Mainly when the face rotates, the eye and the mouth are showing getting out of the head. And that is exactly the opposite of what we want, right? So in order to fix that, again, we already know this technique. I'm going to come over here under the head, and this time we did the technique with the eyes and mouth. So this time I'm going to do it with the head itself. I'm going to double click, go to masking, and I'm going to click on hide. Alt. Hit apply, and yes. So I hit apply, and now I'm gonna go down to face, and over here under masking, I'm gonna click on, let's say, don't mask this layer. These are extremely useful, how to call it, extremely useful settings that you can come up with lots of different ideas with them. So right now the face doesn't look good at all. Now what I have to do is I have to tell the software, for example, the ears should not be masked. So under masking for the ear layer, I go and I click on do not mask. Hit apply, okay. Then let's find the other ear. Alright. So double click on this. I'm going to go to masking. Do not mask. Okay. And the mouth we want it to be masked. Where is the mouth? Okay, right here. Double click this. Here. Masking. So on the masking we can say no, mask here. Let's try different features, see which one actually shows it to us. Let's leave it like that. Alright. We want it to be masked, but let's say we actually change the settings for the masking. So I'm going to click on hide all. Let's go for the other eye. Masking. Hide all. Mask. So we still have the issue there. So masking. No, the issue is we already made 2 layers for masking, so I have to set up the setting for each one
O da bilmez
within
zaten.
that
Biraz.
one. That's why.
Sadece random bir şekilde hareket eden.
So let's not do this.
Kulağında.
So here it should be
Canlısı. Anladım.
here is not masked. Change this one with masking. Don't mask this one. Now we have the problem with the mouth. No, I'm trying to figure out because case by case you have to figure out what works best for the animation. I'm trying to figure out how we can apply the settings onto this new layer. Because if it's just a simple layer, then it's easy to just say like the nose, don't mask this. But for a more complex one like the